Well, Wally here. Guys, a little while ago, 2 years ago-ish, right, around the start of the channel, I did a video about different types of ferro rods, right? So I get a lot of comments on it, right? So any stick will do for that, dog. And so what I thought I'd do is because my ferro rods have changed, okay? So I just want to look at the ferro rods that I have here at my bushcraft school, guys, and what the kids prefer using. And a lot of you guys have mentioned I didn't actually strike any of the ferro rods. Bruno, go away. Go. He's a goat. He's more goat than dog. Bruno, you're a goat. You're a goat. Meh, meh. Go away. Go on away with you. So, guys, we'll have a look. Stay tuned. So what I have here, guys, is I have a big box of ferro rods. Hey, Bruno. Lots of different types, guys, have come and gone over the years. I'll show you everything I have, and I'll talk to you as soon as I sit down. I'm like Dr. Doolittle. Cooter, Bruno, away you go. Come on, leave me alone. We'll talk about them, and I'll do a wee demonstration of them, okay? And I'll address some of the common questions that I get. All right. So, no, that's enough. So I have one of these. I'll give you a close-up of all of these, guys. This is, I can't remember the brand, but this was an Amazon thing. That's enough, Bruno. Okay. Guys, I have the Bushcraft Store old style, the Bushcraft Store new style. This is another one. These, I think you would they call these like the Army Fire Steel. I'm not sure who makes it. Light my fire. Shred. £2 off eBay, Chinese brand. Okay, that's what we're going to look at. Okay. Give me a striker. All of these ferro rods come with strikers. They're all very similar, okay? This is the sort of standard that you're getting nowadays, all right? And this has a pointless bottle opener, and it has this little thing on the end, which I think is for straightening sticks to make arrows. Okay. Teaching and using these, there is a massive drawback on this type, okay? They don't work with left-handed people, all right? The way these strikers work is that on the bottom, along here, there's a little tiny lip, okay? And that little tiny lip scrapes the ferro rod, okay? That means if you have it straight up, it won't work, and you need to tip it forward to engage that lip, and that is what strikes the ferro rod. Right-handed. If you're left-handed, there's no lip. Even if you turn it around, okay, the lip is not as good up here as it is up here. Alright? Now, this video isn't really about strikers, it's about ferro rods, okay? So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to lay these out in order of price, right? And then I'm going to lay them out in order of how the kids like them and which ones they like best, okay? Cheapest, most expensive. All right, cheapest. Okay, now, this is cheapest at the time I bought these, okay? Or this is price at the time I bought these. These things were about £2. These were about £4.50, depending on how many you bought, okay, from the Bushcraft Store. But they changed that, and they're all around £4.50, £4.99. These were about £9. These and these were a tenner, and these were about £15 each, guys. £15 each, okay? Now, in order of which was liked best, it's very easy, okay? Okay. Nobody liked the Light My Fire ones, guys. None of the kids liked them at all. I think that the metal composition in these is a little bit too hard. So they found it hard to make sparks with them, okay? And the handles popped off. All of them. This is the one from Schrade, and I think this was classed as an extra large or a large ferro rod, guys. And this is just... It throws decent sparks, guys, but remember, I'm talking about kids using this, so they found it a little bit too small. Away, Bruno. Away, you're going to get burnt. Okay. These ones I've had quite a long time, and you can tell how little use they have got. This is another one that we found to be quite hard. And this is exactly the same, except it glows in the dark. This is the Bushcraft Store ones. Now I have gone through a lot of these, and I have to say that I did find them quite good, okay? They do throw decent sparks, but they're not long enough. They needed to be a little bit longer, which brings me to this one, guys, and this is the one, this is the new version, right? And it is actually longer. You can see that it's longer, and this works really well. These are really good, okay? For the price, they're really good, but 90% of the handles fell off these ones as well, okay? And I had to super glue them back on. This is your £3, 250 to 350, cheap as chips. Oh, I broke it. Look at that. Which leads me on to the next thing. Cheap as chips, Chinese ferro rod, okay? You buy them on eBay. If you go to Trespass or something like that, they have exactly, or they had exactly the same ones as these, but they were selling them for €20 when I was in Trespass in my local town. Now this broke, right? This broke because I've been using this one for 6 years, okay? Look at how thin that is, right? This, away now Bruno, away, come on, away. This, until I got these, the Bushcraft Store ones, were the most used and the most requested ferro rods in Red Branch Bushcraft, okay? So the question, what ones do I recommend? Okay. I have to say it's the Bushcraft Store ones, guys. Yes, the handles fell off, okay, but they're still really good value, okay? They're still about a £5 each, £4.50 to £5 each, okay? So, you know, it's decent value, even if you have to glue the handles back on. But be aware of that. Now, mine are stored in a plastic box down in a forest, okay? The handles are made of wood, you know. It is more than likely a case of the wood is swelling, and then it is contracting and swelling and contracting and stuff like that. For mine, actually, now that I think of it, but I did buy a lot of these for other companies, so I would ship them in, I would buy them in, and I would pass them on to them at cost price, at what I paid for them, right? And they all had the same issue. The handles did fall off them as well, okay? I did message them. I must follow up on that. So just be aware of that, guys. So, ferro rods are incredibly cool piece of kit. They are very cool for lighting fires with, whether you are a seasoned bushcrafter or you are just getting into it. If you are thinking about getting your kids into bushcraft, buy them a ferro rod. They will love it. Love it. It is such a good session to run with kids. They get so much out of it. And guys, I would recommend the Bushcraft Store ones. If you want to splash a wee bit more, they have like an £8 one, the Fat Boy or something it's called, and that's what I use personally, because when I'm doing demonstrations or I'm teaching, I am using my ferro rod so much more, okay? But it's exactly the same composition, it's just a little bit thicker and longer. Guys, I hope that helped somebody, and I hope that answers the questions that people had from my previous video, which I'll link somewhere, or it'll be what to watch next or something like that, okay? So guys, thanks for watching. Stay frosty. Strikers, the striker, guys, if you are finding, or if you do have somebody that is left-handed, right, what you can do is you can put these in a vise and you can take a file to them and file them at a slight angle, and that will put a lip on both sides. So just turn it around and then file it the other way, okay? The bottle opener is pointless. I really don't know why they include that, and it just hurts kids' hands because they squeeze it so tight that this little pointy bit pushes into their finger. What can you do? I don't own a company that sells or makes Ferro Rods, Bruno. He's right there. Can you see him? He's got like a stick and he's going, throw it for me, throw it, throw it, throw it, throw it. Look. This is all that is left of his stick. Come here, Bruno. Come here. Do you want the sticky? Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Don't torture the dog, Wally. Don't torture the dog. Dog tortures me. You ready? Go! Dog!